Well, folks, the night is still young, but we are seeing that trend that we've been talking about here on the MeidasTouch network as Donald Trump has sought to eradicate moderate conservatives and mainstream conservatives from the Republican Party and says Republicans are 100% MAGA, mainstream conservatives and actual Republicans, not this MAGA mutation, are moving away from Donald Trump and say they will never vote for Donald Trump, and Trump poses an existential threat to our democracy. And when you look at the data that we're seeing coming in right now, for example, it is fairly compelling data, and it is consistent with the trends that we have been seeing. Like, for example, in Virginia, do you believe Trump is fit for the presidency if convicted of a crime? This is to the Republican Party. You have 40% say if Trump is convicted of a crime, they would not vote for Donald Trump. North Carolina, the results are slightly different. 32% say they would not vote for Donald Trump. Nonetheless, statistically significant data right there. More Super Tuesday exit polling data as well. From Virginia, for example, are you part of the MAGA movement? 59% of Republicans say they are not part of the MAGA movement. Nearly 60% when Donald Trump is saying that 100% is MAGA. North Carolina, are you part of the MAGA movement? 39% say yes, 54% says no, and Donald Trump says 100% here. Play this clip of Donald Trump, then I want to share with you some of the messages that we've been seeing from voters today. Play this clip of Trump.
And they say, always trying to demean, well, MAGA really represents 48% of the Republican Party. No, it represents 96% and maybe 100%. We're getting rid of the Romneys of the world. We want to get Romneys and those out.
All right, now I want to share with you some videos right here from today. And here are some voters, Nikki Haley voters, and here's what they have to say. Let me play this first clip right here, who says that she's voting to make sure Trump never gets in. Play this clip.
Because I think she's the best chance we have right now, and I wanted to make sure that I will put out a vote against Donald Trump.
Here's a voter who says that Donald Trump is a lunatic. Play the clip. Nikki Haley supporter. Play the clip.
What made you switch from Trump to Nikki Haley?
The man is a lunatic, and I think he's terrible for the country.
What are you thinking about when you say that?
Just that he lies, he cheats, he's bankrupted millions of businesses and people, and I don't see anything good about him.
Here's a Nikki Haley supporter saying that she would vote Democratic if Haley doesn't win. Play the clip.
If she drops out, would you be disappointed if she endorsed Trump?
I don't really think she will. I think she'll just keep.
If she does, I'll vote Democrat. That's all there is to it.
Here's another Haley supporter as well saying Trump is a threat to our country. Play the clip.
Hi, Nikki Haley.
Two reasons. One, I think she would do a very good job. And two, I think Donald Trump is a threat to the well-being of our country.
Here is another Nikki Haley voter in Michigan. Play the clip.
I'm voting to stop Trump because I believe in democracy, and I feel like it's important that we fight for democracy while we still can.
Here was a Haley voter that we saw previously in South Carolina where Donald Trump underperformed. Play the clip.
It's important to me to keep Trump out of office again. Project 2025, I've read it, I've studied it, it's scary, it's frightening.
Here's a Nikki Haley voter in New Hampshire, that primary that we previously saw. Play the clip.
Can I ask why? Why Nikki Haley?
You can, because my conscience won't allow me to vote for a criminal. I'm sorry.
And what has led you to vote for Haley instead? What do you like about Haley? What are some of the attributes that drew you to her?
She's not Trump.
Here is a two-time Trump voter explaining why he was voting for Nikki Haley in the New Hampshire primary. Again, not Super Tuesday before, but this is part of this trend that we're seeing. Play this clip.
Who'd you vote for today?
Nikki Haley.
Tell me why.
Why? I could not vote for Trump.
Process of elimination.
I voted for him twice, but after all the stuff that's gone on, and I just could not vote for him again.
You mean after the 2020 election?
Yes. Yeah, I think that's a fair statement.
Is there anything Donald Trump can do to win back your vote between now and November, if he is the guy?
No.
That's pretty firm.
He's already He's already shown me his hand, so to speak.
Here is some other voters saying their biggest priority is to make sure Donald Trump is not elected. Republicans, play the clip.
And when you talk to Nikki Haley's voters and people who say that they plan to support her, you hear a mix of voters that are unlikely allies.
I consider myself a traditional Republican.
26-year-old Joseph Mueller is planning to vote for Nikki Haley in Tuesday's New Hampshire primary.
Policy-wise, I am more in line with Haley.
But the law school student and self-described moderate conservative says his support is driven by another candidate.
I'm thrilled to be back in the great state of New Hampshire.
Right now, Nikki Haley is clearly the one that has the best chance of defeating Trump.
And that's your top priority, defeating Trump.
That's my top priority.
The polling since Donald Trump's historic win in Iowa shows the former president leading by double digits in New Hampshire, but facing a tougher challenge from his former UN ambassador.
I voted for him twice, and I was just humiliated when I saw that the guy I voted for, the way he handled himself after he lost.
And here is a Republican voter saying that they would rather vote for President Biden if Trump's the nominee. Play the clip.
Anything but Trump.
That was your priority.
That's my priority.
Is that the biggest reason you supported Nikki Haley?
Yeah, I'd say.
Because of Donald Trump?
Yes, yeah. And I have no problem with the ladies running things. I have one here.
That was going to be Finally, here's another Nikki Haley voter talking about under no circumstances would he support Donald Trump. Play this clip.
Republican, I am. What do you do in that event if he is the nominee and it's he and Joe Biden? What do you do? I vote for Joe Biden.
We're seeing over and over again people saying that Trump is a threat to democracy. Now, let me share with you a Trump voter from today. I'm not going to show you more of these because these are fairly disgusting. But let me show you a Donald Trump voter. Play this clip.
What do you think of Nikki Haley? Did you ever consider her?
You know, what I got to say, you don't really want to put it on.
Let me hear it.
Well, the woman's not going to be a good president. She don't have no balls to scratch. She's just going to scratch her head. All a woman's good for in my book is having babies and taking care of the house. But that's the old thing, you know. But I'm old school.
So you never even considered her?
No.
Mainly because she's a woman?
Because she's female. I mean, females, don't take me wrong, females know what they're doing, but they still got to have a little bit of guidance. Trump would be the one to guide her through the...
And so, obviously, you wonder, like I show you these clips of Donald Trump and you're like, well, who's that appealing to? Like, that's the Republican voter now. And here's Donald Trump, for example, just speaking over the weekend. And this apparently resonates with that type of voter. Play this clip.
They've done to people. You heard the hostages singing. That was hostages. They're the J6 hostages, I call them, because they are hostages. They're policemen, they're firemen, they're accountants. They're lawyers in some cases. They're put in jail for extended periods of time, for very long periods of time. They're hostages. You heard them singing. You heard the spirit that they had? The spirit is unbelievable. That song became the #1 song. And you
Well, there you have it. I'll play you one more of Trump. Play this.
heard that Saudi Arabia and Russia will repeat your...
There you have it, folks. We'll keep you updated as the results are coming in, but I think we're seeing the trend that we've been seeing before and we've been talking about, but we'll keep you updated as we learn more. Just wanted to preliminarily check in. Thanks for watching and have a great one. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 3 million subscribers. Have a great day.
Love this video? Make sure you stay up to date on the latest breaking news and all things Meidas by signing up to the MeidasTouch newsletter at MeidasTouch.com/newsletter.